Good afternoon, YouTubers. Okay, first of all, let's pray for the family of the flood in Texas. Okay, so I see that I just cannot bear in mind that the horrific events of nature just took a lot of lives and destroyed property on that, especially those innocent little girls who died at camp. You know, I went to camp in the mountains years ago, but it's a very beautiful experience, and you know, also learn about nature and so forth. But you know what though, but especially in the summer camp where I live, that we all have fear of forest fires, but thank God it didn't happen while I was there. So, first of all, I want to talk about what that pediatrician said in Texas, is saying that how the people in Texas who died of flood deserve it because they voted for Trump. Okay, you know what though? That really burns me up because I got family in Texas. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, my family in Texas, okay, are Democrats, Republicans, and Independents whatsoever. But you know what though? That to me, try to turn something political is very disgusting, especially their lives are lost, especially the lives of children. And also on social media, like they glorify that because you know there's so much hatred towards the people of a different race and religion. Okay, so they bash it being a Christian camp. So you know what though, that is very sad. Okay, so you know what really is so annoying is people like that who say something like that on social media. Oh yeah, first of all, that doctor got fired, okay? And she's a doctor. They say something like that who were badly injured and died in the flood. That's a horrible thing to say, okay? So that's all I'm saying is that people like that will get people fired for the things that's said on social media, okay? Like they report them to their job after they get their feelings hurt, okay? You know what? That like on the other side of the spectrum, the people who say something who think they offend people did not glorify somebody getting killed. Okay, so it's like for example, if someone talk about people on welfare, they report them on a job, get fired, or they don't agree opinion of a gay marriage. That you know what happened? They reported to their job and got fired. So you know what? You know it's a trip though. Now they're getting fired for what they said on social media. That is more horrible and degrading. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna tell you. They dig around and say, well, freedom of speech come with consequences. You know what, haters? The table had turned. Okay, karma. Okay, freedom of speech do come with consequences. Okay, you preach it, you eat it. Okay, now you lost your job. Okay, you know. I'll tell you one experience one time that back in 2015, I was angered towards the terrorists killed like over 90 people up in the shopping mall in Kenya. They're from Somalia. Like I call them bloodthirsty savages. Okay, and you got some liberal on there. Like I say, well, me and him was going at it. Okay, so. Calling me a bigot and all that, and going to report me to my job. And I say, you know what? Go ahead and bring it, okay? I don't care. It's called freedom of speech, okay? All right. So, you know what happened? He put my Facebook post on the company's website. Then guess what happened next? I had a meeting with. You know, we'll have my union rep, and meet with Department of Human Resources. Okay, what happened? That they turned out not gonna fire me, so they gave me a suspension as a warning. Don't say it again. So you see that's the world we live in. Okay, so you know, I'm gonna tell you what happened. That okay, those who grilled me on what I said on social media, they all got fired, and one of the company CEO who saw that had dropped dead. Okay, I'm still here. You know, I eventually retired from my job. Okay, so But truth is that I was mad because my rights of privacy was violated because what I say on my own time is none of nobody's business. Okay, so they try to say I talk bad about other religion. Okay, but I'm not gonna mention it because I don't want to get because of the YouTube overlords will see this. But you know that. See, those haters you need to practice what they preach, okay? So, because I don't glorify death on anyone, okay, what I said, but like the liberals did, and you know, it's hard to believe I'll be seeing this. Because on social media, on social media, how guys were praising the flooding in Texas, how they killed people, and I said, so do you glorify the death of children? I said, well, children died of flood. Well, they try to twist the Bible around, okay? But you know what, though? I'm gonna tell you what, though, that to me it's a horrible thing to say, okay? You gotta set aside politics, okay? Because the truth is that it got nothing to do with Trump. It got nothing to do with an early with a warning system because, okay, like being laid off, okay? But you gotta remember, it come into effect until next year, okay? So, people, you need to shut up and pray for the kids. But I'm gonna tell you because when I heard that news, what happened in Texas, I'll call my family in Texas to check up on them. Okay, so it is sad how people hated Texas. I don't understand why, because they know. All right, and you guys back to the point how they poke fun of Governor Abbott being handicapped in the wheelchair. We gotta remember too that my mom is disabled due to polio. Okay, I have a mentally challenged son. Also, my wife is legally blind. Okay, so I have aphasia because of a head injury I had when I was a kid. Okay, so like we all got disabilities. Okay, so I'm sensitive of that. Okay, so you gotta remember though that like Governor Abbott is functioning better than a sleepy Joe Biden. Okay, so you know. Now I'm Texas by blood. I'm California, so I say to myself, my fellow Texans, stay strong because us people in Texas, survived many events ever since the Alamo. Okay, remember the Alamo? You survive, like we say, the Alamo make Texas strong, so Texas is strong enough to endure the elements of nature. Because I'm going to tell you, Texas are survivors and it keeps going strong. YouTubers, be safe out there. Take care.